Hello, ARCHIE'S. Hello, Paul Pluta channel. We're doing paid reviews today because I don't fucking do shit for free, fuckers. I don't do the shit for free. So today I'm doing a paid review. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your fuckhead friends. And look in the description for 10 ways you can help me stay full-time. I do phone calls, $50 for a phone call with Archie, an hour. I do paid reviews. I do all sorts of things to try and keep me full-time. Let's do this paid review here. This is from Anders. Hi Arch, just sent you $30. This guy's tipped me a bit more because he's not a nasty, mean cunter. I've sent you $30 on PayPal, hoping you can give me some advice. I know you don't do shit for free, and why should you? I sure as hell don't. Nobody does. I'm a 36-year-old cunt who works as an equity sales trader with one of the biggest banks in the Nordics. My current collection is very Rolex dominated. I've attached some pictures for you. Maybe not the best quality, but they'll give you the idea. Number 1, 1680, red sub from 1972, 1973, box and booklets, first Rolex I bought, no papers. 16750, Rolex GMT Pepsi with glossy spider dial, 1985, came with a service box. Next piece, third piece, 16520 Daytona with the Zenith movement, white dial, 1997, box, hang tags and booklets. And then he's got a fourth piece, is a 16610 LV Kermit the Frog from 2006, full set, pointy 4, not flat I'm afraid. Now, as I work in a bank, I also have the perfect broker's watch, Girard-Perregaux 49805, World Timer Financial, stainless steel from 2009. Don't wear it that much though, a bit big compared to the Rolex sports watches. Bought my wife a vintage two-tone Datejust from 1987, box, no papers. Now here's the dilemma. I very rarely use my Daytona, and the Zeniths have gone up, the Zenith movement Daytonas have gone up in price quite a bit since I bought it. A friend of mine asked me if I have ever considered getting a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711, but I've always thought I was too young for a Patek. But now he got me thinking about it, so now I am considering selling the Pepsi and the Daytona, throw in a little cash and get one of these. And would you prefer white or blue dial? On the other hand, the idea of an 18 karat gold sub or GMT has haunted me for quite a while. Your videos with your gold sub hasn't offered much help to my golden itch. What do you think? Patek Nautilus, to try something new, and especially these days where everybody, including the neighbor's son, has a Rolex. Or should I scratch that golden itch and stay with Rolex? Keep in mind, I am from the Nordics, so a gold watch could be a bit much on my pale skin. Or do you have a third obvious idea that I should add to the collection? Thanks for the great channel. Keep it up, Anders. And let's just have a quick discussion on his current collection, and then we'll talk about answering his dilemma. He's got a 1680 red sub. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. He's got a 16750 Rolex Pepsi GMT. He's got the Rolex Daytona 16520 with the Zenith movement. And he's got a 16610 LV Kermit the Frog. Yep. And okay, he's got a Girard-Perregaux. Yep. Okay. Okay. Very nice collection. To be honest with you there, Anders, you got a great collection. You've got a really nice collection there. And it's nice to see you also. You've got a 1987 Datejust. That'd be a sapphire Datejust for the wife. That's quite a nice piece for her to have. Perfect ladies' watch there. Now, I gotta tell you, in all honesty, 1987, that's when the stock market crashed too. Bit of irony. Now, I gotta tell you, you've got a really nice collection. You've got some really nice vintagey pieces. So, looking at your collection, you've got a 1680, beautiful. 16750, that's the GMT Pepsi. The Zenith Daytona 16520, and you've got a Kermit. So you've got nice vintagey pieces. These are difficult to get nice ones back again. So I would think long and hard about it. But I gotta tell you, what's my honest opinion? Look, you've got to be able to sell these for good prices. I wouldn't be cashing these into a dealer. The dealer would skin you alive, okay? So you want to get good prices. You've got to buy and sell in the same market. You can't fucking wholesale yours off and buy the Patek at retail. That's a dumb idea. So my advice to you, what should you do? Now that's an interesting question. You've got a nice couple of watches there. So I would seriously say I know you're not wearing the Daytona much, you're not wearing the Pepsi, but these are really good investment pieces. So you're going to sell these off, you're going to buy a Patek at high money because they are hot. And I don't think it's exactly the smartest thing to do, okay? I think you got such a beautiful, you got a really cool collection, okay? Because you got a range, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, you got a nice spread of vintage Rolex. It's a really cool spread. So I would I'd be honest with you and say, look, I'm not much of a fan of you selling those off. I mean, I know I've sold things off, like I sold my gold sub to buy the Patek. What I would tend to do is, I got to be honest with you, I think the pieces you've got have got great potential, so I'd possibly not do it. I would possibly say to you there that
we specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece, we adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.
I gotta be completely honest and frank with you there. I really love your collection. I love those. You got some really good steel watches there. I mean, we all get bored with what we've got. We all get bored at times. Okay, but we don't go and join a wife swapping club because we get bored of the wife. That's not a cool thing to do. You see what I mean? We don't become swingers. And I think with your watches there, you got some really cool things. They are, the next 10 years, these things are set to go really high. So I personally think, yeah, a Patek is good, but unless you're a trader in watches, I wouldn't be selling things off. You're going to lose money. Unless you're a wheeler dealer who can sell them at good price and buy something at a low price, it's a dumb thing to do. You've got good quality pieces. If you want a Nautilus, I'd try and add it to the collection. I wouldn't be selling off existing pieces. Just because you're not wearing the Daytona much doesn't mean you get rid of it. It's a great watch. I think if you get rid of it, you'll really miss it. So I would say to you, no, don't sell it off. Don't sell it off. I would resist that. Okay, now that's easier said than done. Okay, what do I think of the gold sub or the? Okay, well, you know, to tell you the truth, there, I did have a gold sub, and yeah, it was an itch I had. I gotta be completely honest with you. Completely honest with you. Yeah, it was fantastic. I managed to piss. It's impressive. They're a big, impressive thing. But solid gold is difficult. You're always conscious. You got it on. You don't want to scratch it. Even just typing at the keyboard, you scratch underneath. You got to be careful with it. So I really, even though I've enjoyed solid gold Rolex, I didn't want to keep it forever. It was a hard thing to live with. Okay, yeah, I enjoyed it for a while, enjoyed it for a couple of years, and then got rid of it. But it's difficult. So I would honestly say to you, the Nautilus is super hot. Yeah, I understand. But maybe a compromise between the two would be to get something like a Calatrava, a gold Calatrava. You know, I kind of think, you know, you buy and sell. You buy when they're low and you sell when they're high. Nautilus is very fucking high at the moment. So what is a better buy is some of the gold Pateks. You know, like the Calatrava, the World Time. I bought a World Time. I'm not saying you should buy my World Time, but I'm just saying, just as an example, there are some better buys out there. So what do I think of the gold sub idea? Look, I would tend to say with your collection there, you got some really quality pieces. I would be adding to the collection, not necessarily selling and turning over trading, because unless you're a dealer, unless you buy and sell and get top whack, you're gonna do yourself out of dough. Okay, it's not a smart thing to do unless you are selling at top and buying at wholesale or low. It's dumb. It is really dumb. So for most people, I'd discourage selling some pieces off to buy something else unless you know what you're doing. A gold sub or a gold GMT, they're fantastic. Of course they are, but sometimes don't wish too hard because it might come true. And to be honest with you, one of the reasons I got rid of the gold sub was that I just didn't feel comfortable wearing it. Yes, it was impressive. Yes, but I'm sick of fucking trying to impress dickheads I hate. The truth is, the steel ones are so cool. You've got a great collection there. You've got a lovely collection. They got great potential. That Pepsi's gone ballistic. The Daytona, they are very, very hot. I would hold on. You've got a beautiful Rolex collection. Hold on. You know, the other side of the coin is instead of getting a Pateks are great, sure. Why don't you add something completely different, like a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso? That's a really cool piece, and they're a lot cheaper than buying a Nautilus. Steel Reverso Grand, some sort of Reverso, big size Reverso. That'll give you something else. Should you go Patek or should you go gold sports Rolex? Hey, they're both fucking cool. They're so different. They're so different. They're both cool. They both got pros and cons to them. But I gotta tell you, in all honesty, I would be saying the Nautilus is too hot. You're paying big money. It's so cool at the moment. I don't want to pay that premium. I'd be going, if you want to go Patek, I'd be going, go with the icons. I'd be going gold Patek, a gold on a leather strap. I reckon that's classic, elegant Patek. But I think you got great investment. These pieces here are amazing. That's a really cool, well-rounded collection. Enjoy it. Add slowly. You don't have to just turn everything over. I reckon enjoy what you've got. Add slowly. But no, I wouldn't. I reckon it's a beautiful collection. I read your list of stuff you've got, and it's great. It's really cool. So I hope that's given you a bit of advice there. But gold sports Rolex or Patek, they're both cool. They're so different. They're both cool. I can't tell you which one's better. I've done both, and I'd flick into the other one just as easily. I'd like to have a gold Patek and a gold Rolex myself, but fucking expensive critters. And sometimes the fun in this collecting is having these dilemmas. So I gotta tell you, maybe the answer is to get something like a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso, something a little bit cheaper, and add. But I wouldn't be selling those Rolexes. It's a beautiful collection, great potential. Enjoy your watches. I'm Paul Pluta for the Paul Pluta channel. Tell me what you fuckers think of that.